Well, good afternoon, everybody. Paul Subject here, Subject Motorsports Global Headquarters on the 9th of April, just before 6 p.m. in the evening. Beautiful day here in Burlington. The sun came out towards the end of the day. It was quite nice. Started out a little bit cold in the morning, but ended up to be quite a nice day. A little bit of rain, about 40-ish degrees Fahrenheit, about 8 or 9 degrees Celsius. In any event, we've been working here for the past couple of hours on the race car, and if you'll notice, we have our transmission installed, and here it is. It fit in there perfectly. I was concerned about putting the transmission in by myself because it's a heavier Rhino-style case. It's a little bit heavy for me to pick up on my own, but we used the engine crane and got it basically in position and jacked it around until it fit in and bolted up very nicely. And so now we've hooked up the shifter linkage, which is right down there. There's the shifter linkage hooked up, but we found a real interesting problem here, and I'm going to move around to the other side of the car. When I tried to move the shifter linkage back and forth, I found that it was the shifter shaft, so this long shaft that you see right in front of the flashlight, was flopping around quite a bit, and I'll show you why. It's because that spherical bearing that's at the bottom there that is welded to the frame has broken free. Now, I think it's been like that for probably the last half of last year's racing season, and quite frankly, I really don't know why the Formula Mazda folks did that when they designed this car. I think it would have been better to build a spherical bearing in a housing with a flat plate that you could bolt to the side of the frame. And so that's what we're going to do, because that spherical bearing was actually welded to the frame. And so we're going to take this down to our race shop in Welland next week, and we're going to make a spherical bearing with a barrel shaped fitting that we will press it into, and with a flat plate on it, and we'll bolt it to that rail there that you see going up on a slight angle. Anyways, that was a good thing we found that problem. We had to pull out the fuel cell, so the fuel cell's over here. Once we saw that, so all of the sheet metal that covers the fuel cell and makes up the seating compartment that you normally see here is been removed, and of course, it took us about 15 minutes to do that once we figured out what was going on. So we will fix that probably in the end of next week. I'm not going to put any more pieces on the car because it's easier to move the car without all the body parts on it and all the pieces on it, so we can actually get to this area so we can fix it. Interesting problem though. We never come across that car or that problem. We've owned this car for, well, since 2011. And, you know, most of the things we like about the engineering of this car have been wonderful. There's the only thing we don't like so far that we've run into. So a real interesting problem. We'll deal with that late next week. Then after that, we'll bring the car back here. We will get the car full of fluids. We'll get it started, make sure it runs properly, et cetera, before our first race weekend in the second weekend in May. So that would be the 8th, 9th, and 10th. We have to get the car ready to be teched, and the tech day is on the 25th of April. So there's a lot of work to be done in the next couple of weeks. We need to kind of work at that and get that sorted out. But really happy with the transmission. It looks wonderful, and we're looking forward to finishing up that small bit of frame repair before we do anything else. In any event, thought I'd give you an update. We'll be continuing to work away on bits and pieces on the race car in this next week or so. We'll probably put the fluid lines in. We won't fill it with fluid because we don't want that stuff to be in the way. We will probably put the half shafts in tomorrow. The half shafts, of course, are sitting in this box over here, and they actually connect the transaxle to the rear wheels, and that's that big hole you see right there. That's normally where the half shafts go. In any event, keep following us on our LinkedIn page, on our YouTube channel, and of course at www.subjectmotorsports.com. Have yourself a great day. Bye-bye.